Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this post-game press conference in the first round of the 2023 NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championships hosted at Simon Skjodt Assembly Hall. A reminder that the open locker room portion for Tennessee Tech has begun and will run concurrently with this press conference. On the dais from Tennessee Tech, we are joined by head coach Kim Rosemond, senior Malia Owens, and senior Jada Gwynn. We will have Coach Rosemond make an opening statement, followed by questions for the student-athletes, and then questions for Coach. Coach, the floor is yours.
Unbelievably proud of our team, our student-athletes, what they have been able to accomplish this season. It was a record-breaking season for us. We've been so close over the last 5 years, and we just kept hitting our head on the glass ceiling. And these two young women sitting with me and the group of young women in that locker room busted through that ceiling, and we don't plan on going back. And so I'm just thankful for them and what they've done for Tennessee Tech women's basketball and for our university. It's been an unbelievable ride. I also want to credit Coach Morin and Indiana. What a tremendous basketball team they have. Obviously, they were without Holmes today, and I thought Berger was exceptional. I thought she led in every way and just was tremendous, especially in the first half. What an unbelievable atmosphere to play in. It's something that we are going to build at Tennessee Tech. I talked with Terry right before the tip about that. But I just want to credit what a great fan base, what an unbelievable atmosphere, and we are just really proud of what our team has been able to accomplish. Disappointed that we weren't able to have a different outcome today, but that takes nothing away from what this group of young women have been able to accomplish.
Both locker rooms are now open. If you are joining us in the room, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation prior to asking a question. And if you are joining us on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature and we will get to you in the allotted time. We'll take questions from the room to start. Coach Greg Campbell with Indiana, just to watch your team play over the last couple of days, it just seems like they enjoy the game and enjoy each other so much. So this, I guess, would be for your student-athletes, ladies. Just what does it mean for you to get Tennessee Tech to this stage and play in this type of environment?
I think, obviously, this is something that we've been working for all season. It's what you talk about from the moment that the preseason starts in September. And so I think that one thing we just really do love each other, like you said. This really is a family. Off the court, we're super close, and I think it's kind of hard to find even like outside of basketball that we choose to hang out with each other, even with as many hours as we spend with basketball. These are literally like my sisters. I'm away from home, and I think a lot of people on our team feel that. And regardless of the outcome today, I know that like I have sisters for life, and so to be able to do that with them is something that was really important to me.
I also think that it means a lot for us. I know we may not have won today, but I think we won in a lot of different areas. I think we set the path for what Tennessee Tech basketball needs to continue to be. It was a great opportunity just for us to get to make it here and play in this environment, and I'm just grateful for it.
Over here, Lou Freeman from the Seymour, Indiana paper. For both of the athletes, the score was 22-22 at one point. You guys came out at a high octane pace and hitting threes, and then what changed? What went in the wrong direction after that?
I think they kind of got out in transition and got on a run. We had a couple breakdowns with stopping the ball in transition, and they got a couple layups, and I think that gave them a lot of confidence they needed to be able to be more efficient in the half court as well. And then I think obviously our shots didn't go down as much as they did in the first and second quarters. So I think after the lead got a little bit too big, it kind of deflated us a little bit.
I would say our transition D was one of our key things, and I think we kind of got away from that. When you're getting out in transition and scoring layups, that gives you confidence. So I think we kind of let them get too much confidence, just giving them those easy layups.
Dave Reinhardt with WCBK Radio in Martinsville, Indiana. Mariah, a question in regards to your hot shooting today. You started out, and well, I'll tell you what, you found your range on the three-point shooting, and was pretty successful at all day, and it carried over in both halves. Just some of your thoughts as you're on the road playing in an environment like this. And, hey, this is the big stage. It's March Madness.
Yes, sir. I think something that's just we've been talking about is just playing our game, and nothing has changed. Even though the environment may change, the team may change. Just being ourselves, and I think all season I just tried to go out and just play my game and play the way I know how to play. And today wasn't any different. Even though we were playing the number one team, I think I just kind of went out there and was like, you know what, we are on the big stage. Why not just give them something to put Tennessee Tech on the map?
Haley Jordan, Sports Illustrated Indiana. Indiana is predicted to be a Final Four team, and you guys were leading in the first quarter. So how special is that for you to potentially, in that first quarter, you took down a one-seeded team?
I think it shows just how good our team is. Like, if we can stay with the number one team, like predicted to win, that just shows like how good our team is. And I'm just grateful that we were allowed to show everybody that.
And I think you can't really count any of the small schools out. I think we came in and showed that we can play, like she said, play with the number one team, and I think that that leaves footprints for years to come.
Hi, Abby Heyman, Hoosier Network. I just had a quick question. Something that I really noticed is the energy from your pep band and all of the fans behind you and even the cheerleaders. What's it like to have them travel with you and bring that energy even when you're away?
You good?
It just means a lot to us just to know that they support us, and regardless of where we go, they're always there with us, and it just brings a lot of energy for us. So I'm really happy that they always do that.
And honestly, listening to them, you wouldn't know if we were up 20, down 20, or anything. And I think that's something that helps us, even if we don't have as much energy, feeding off of them. And our band is great. And I think that that's just something that provides a really good environment for us no matter where we go. It's like we almost have a little bit of a home court advantage. So.
Do we have anything else in the room for the student athletes? If not, ladies, congratulations on a great season, and thank you for joining us. We will now take questions for Coach Rosemond. If you would raise your hand in the room, we'll get you a mic, and if you have a question on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature.
Coach, you mentioned bumping up against the ceiling, going through it now. Do you have higher aspirations? Obviously, we're a 16 seed this time. There are ways, if you win your conference, get even higher, you have an 11, 12, 13 seed, which gives you a much higher chance at an upset, not playing the best team in the country. So is your future goals to get even higher in your conference? You can get a higher seed to have a better chance at the upset?
Without a doubt. This was, and everything is a process, right? We've been in a process for the last 7 years to get here. And I said it the other day, we have not skipped a step. And some people jumped off the bus during that process because it maybe took a little longer than what they wanted it to take. But our kids have stayed in it, and we've had some people right there with us that kept believing in us. But that is the next step. But we had to get here first. And I think we've represented Tennessee Tech and Tennessee Tech women's basketball pretty dang well. Today, you saw what we can do in that first quarter. The second quarter, we just dug ourselves such a deep hole. It was all in transition defense, really, in that second quarter is where we let them get going. But the next step is now we've got to build on this. And now we've got to take it to where, okay, during the regular season, we handle our business and we make sure moving forward too, scheduling wise, there's some things we can do now that we've been to this point that we do get out of that 16 seed and we're not having to play a number one on their home floor. But again, everything is a process and we will keep believing and trusting in our process. And I think this team has set us up for something really, for continued success in the future.
Hey, Coach. Nick Jenkinson, South Central Indiana News Network. We talked the other night about the three-point shooting. You guys come out and hit your first four, but then you go cold for a while. And also, Malia is the only one in double figures with 17.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Indiana just let Malia kind of get hers and just key in on everybody else?
Well, we thought that they would probably put Chloe, on Malia and make it really, really difficult for. When we gave up, I think it was like maybe 6 straight points in the second quarter, and it was all in transition. We were doing, and I thought for the most part in the half court, we did a pretty solid job defending them in the half court, and they're much bigger than we are. You know, they have a definite height advantage. We wanted to use our speed and our athleticism to our advantage. But I thought when we allowed them to get out in transition and get going, we allowed it also to take our confidence for a little bit. And then we got away from what we do really, really well offensively. We started going east and west on offense. We got really slow. We got really stagnant. Then we just started having to take shots really late in the shot clock that weren't good shots. We stopped getting to the paint. We are really, really good offensively when we are getting the ball to the paint, whether that is getting it to our post or whether that is getting the ball to the paint off the dribble. And we got away from that when we got down. And then I really thought, we were down 12 at halftime, and I thought coming out of halftime, I thought we got some great looks. I really did. I thought we ran better offense in the third quarter. The shots didn't go down. I mean, we shot 20% from the floor in the third quarter, and a lot of those were looks that we get each and every day, that we got all during the OVC tournament, that we got on Thursday night against Monmouth, that we knocked down, and it just didn't go in the hole tonight. And so when you get to this point, if you're going to get past a great team like Indiana, you have to play extremely well, but the ball has to go through that hole, and you've also got to have a little bit of extra luck here and there. You know, obviously at halftime, they had shot 12 free throws. We had shot 0. We're also a team that gets to the free throw line. We only got there, 6 times for the entire game. I thought our kids did a lot of things well, but the ball just did not bounce our way today. But they kept fighting. I thought they fought all 4 quarters, which I'm very, very proud of, and I would expect nothing less from this basketball team.
Anything else in the room or on Zoom for Coach? If not, Coach, it was a pleasure getting to host your program, and congratulations on a great season.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much.